Feast! 行くぞ!
Great news everyone! I've been invited to join this year's revelry, which is organised by Mr. Morge. So looking forward to seeing you all there. If you have any topics you want me to talk about, feel free to comment down below. On to the theory. Almost 2 years ago, we looked into the possible identity of Naval Admiral Ryokugyu, codename Greenbull. In that theory, we broke down the possibilities that Greenbull could be the former Rumble Pirates captain, Yoki, and today we may have found further proof of this connection. Let's dive into it. Hi everyone, Flying Panda, the One Piece theorist.
Did Oda foreshadow Admiral Greenbull? Brook's tragic past returns.
By legendary anime. First things first, let's recap what we thought from the first theory. Yoki, among a few other members of the crew, and had contracted a disease known as tree fever, and we are a doctor to cure them of the disease, abandon the ship and rest of the crew, including Brook, so as not to infect them too. We spoke about the possibility that Brook's revived Devil-Fruit powers could have transferred some of the effects of his powers to Yoki before he and Brook parted ways. And if Yoki is connected to Brook by the power of the revived Devil-Fruit, then Yoki cannot currently die, as his soul will revive and return to his body. For more information, please check out our other video. We also made an argument with Yoki's style and design, which is cowboy theme, which connects greatly with the name Greenbull. Now after much research, we discovered a fair amount of foreshadowing that may or may not reveal Greenbull's connection to Brook, and if we all can agree on these connections, then we all but confirm that Greenbull is indeed connected to Brook. In chapter 520, cover art page, we had the foreshadowing of Ace's death, but that's not all. Within that page is yet another piece of foreshadowing. Notice that Brook is being chased by a bull. In the previous theory, we mentioned that if Yoki is linked to Brook via his Devil-Fruit powers, then Yoki can't die, and may be seeking out Brook to break the curse. The image of the bull chasing Brook is good visual foreshadowing for this possibility. Furthermore to this is supported by the positioning of the death card Luffy is holding that shows Brook's face. It is positioned over the bull. This is the best piece of supporting evidence we hope to find, as it is Brook who had the bull is chasing, not any of the other Straw Hats, and even the limited knowledge we have for Brook's past, Yoki is the only possible connection from Brook's past. Something else to consider is that Chopper is riding on the back of the bull, and before Yoki's death, he was in need of a doctor, which is what Chopper is. If we need to connect a point of reference to how Greenbull is reviving also due to Brook's Devil-Fruit, then this might also help to explain it. A piss. In ancient Egyptian religion, Apis or Hapis was a sacred bull worshipped in the Memphis region, identified as a son of Hathor, a primary deity in the pantheon of ancient Egypt. Initially, he was assigned a significant role in her worship, being sacrificed and reborn. Later, Apis also served by an intermediary between humans and other powerful deities, originally Ba, later Osiris, then Atum. Notice that Apis is a deity of rebirth, meaning that the deity we believe will be reborn and reborn again. Then there's its connection to Osiris, who is the god of the underworld and death. Brook? As an added bonus, we also might be able to confirm Greenbull's power. There have been many ideas over the last few years of what it could be, but we believe we may have figured it out. Given that the color green is heavily associated with nature and all the admirals, the color is normally a clue to the Devil-Fruit powers. So Greenbull has the plant fruit. The logic behind this is, what if Yoki, whether he had the devil fruit before or after his alleged death, was also struck down by the disease tree fever, and basically that disease is plant-based, meaning spores were affecting his body within, poisoning him. Greenbull had stated that he had not eaten for 3 years, which isn't possible for a normal human, even though the human body can survive, depending on the individual, around a week without food, so as long as they have water. For Greenbull to be able to survive 3 years without food and not be dying of starvation leads us to suspect that even his body isn't normal, even by devil fruit standard. Devil fruits, as we know, change the body and DNA structure of the individual who eats said devil fruit, but even a Logia type still requires the basic human needs to live, namely food and water. However, what if Greenbull's body was not only changed by devil fruit, but also by the tree fever itself? As we discovered, tree fever is plant-based spores that affect the horse's body and poisons them. Given the idea that Yoki may have been dying and reviving of Brook's devil fruit means that the tree fever sets itself so deeply within Yoki's body that it mutates his body. Thus, Greenbull becomes a true tree man. We hear every so often when a new character is revealed and they have a devil fruit powers that they call themselves by that power. For example, Luffy's quote, "I'm a rubber man." And even though in these cases they are said element of the power, this holds more true to Greenbull, cause it's not only due to his devil fruit, but also the mutation. His body no longer needs sustenance from food like a plant or a tree, he lives off water and sunshine, which makes him quite the formidable opponent, cause where water is normally the weakness of a devil fruit user, in his case, due to his mutation, he might not have this weakness. And if indeed it doesn't weaken him, it might make him stronger, as he would absorb the water to strengthen himself. We would note though that this doesn't likely apply to seawater, as not so much the water that weakens the devil fruit user, but the curse itself that disables the user from swimming. Also, if it happens to be a sunny day, off an island that is a summer island, then the sun's rays will further strengthen him. It's fairly obvious what this devil fruit power could do, so we won't go into details of what a plant-based devil fruit would be capable of. Instead, let's look for more foreshadowing and connections. In this cover page, we see Brook playing his violin, to which there are 3 grasshoppers also playing violins and dancing to the music. This is referring to the fable, the ants and the grasshopper. The story itself isn't of importance, it's who wrote it that is. Aesop. Does that name ring a bell? It should. We cover a few theories based on this man, the father of fairy tales, Aesop, who Usopp is inspired after. Usopp is a great connection to connect this idea, as Usopp is known to be a liar, even said that he's a descendant from the famous liar Mont Blanc Nolan. And if you recall, it was Nolan who cured Jaya of the tree fever and was also a botanist, people who study plants. Usopp, after his training from the 2 years time skip, started to use the power of plants also, which led to Aesop's fables of the grasshopper, who is Brook, which leads us to suggest that Greenbull, if he indeed Yoki, has the power of plants. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. It was written by Legendary Anime. Please leave comments down below. Please click like, and if you haven't, please subscribe to Flying Panda. And of course, join our Discord. I'll see you at the Reverie. As you know, we got a Twitter account, meet us there. We got a Facebook, join us there. And also we got a Discord channel with over 2,000 members. We're a great admin team, great members. We always talk about our One Piece theories in this channel. We always talk about One Piece in general. We talk about films. We talk about games. So if you haven't already, see you there on the Discord channel.
Flying Panda.
One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind, I designed this rhyme. Explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as a pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away, it's so unreal. Till you look out below, what time fly throughout the window. Trying to hold on, but didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you ago. I kept everything inside, even though I tried. It all fell apart. What it meant to be will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard.
Fly Panda. Yeah. Fly Panda. Here we go now.